Okay, abusuya makwa aba sonko so edeba POG Media so abusuya yembonra eye yensem eye enrada yede Asante Badiatuo ne stolen state property ehonsem ede bremo eye bungalow chese Akuffo Addo eton no finance ministry bungalow omoton no abusuya sisi ano eye finance minister ato Forson atake quick action SU Asante Badiatuo say na kwan be na wo eye say ode wia sa anoma wi anase kwan be na one Akuffo Addo a etese moye sa connection illegal properties no muwia na etese momode komodemu enti no na otu da akon e de honsem ababeto dwa o kire se eye se ato Forson esiu no enemanim ya eni kwan se oma ne ho eto no yensem mbremom yenko na yenkonkoti ensema ekos na ansa na ebeko no wo ensem kan bi afahye comment section like share ma afofro so ensa into me enkabi medamase
so watch the one. Any part of my Akroma say, Kwame, oh yeah, where say, and let me say this, maybe I won't say that. Ministry of Finance. Abaya swear ya, Ghana, Sika Samso, and I Sika Tutuoso, and I foot to some for. I swear, you know. Ministry of Finance, Honorable Ato Forson Dano Sisiano. Ghana for, over Jerry said, and yet Finance Minister, the Bungalow. Bungalow, ye, Natina, ye, and Sana. Na nado danko Akuffo Addo move free so no obeje di say omaton eye Ghana your Ministry of Finance bungalow ama Asante Badiatuo obeje di why Addo ya Forson why Ministry of Finance Ministry of look asa bahunyanti aya na yare yen fenyanti menka but the point I want to make, ladies and gentlemen, is that who him there a cosmos. The law of karma, to me, is never a bitch or a good friend of time. Ministry of Finance, Finance Ministry, or Bungalow, Minister Betty, Aquatina, and I shank for Hodman. Now, Akuffo Addo move free office, no. Finance Ministry, no Bungalow, Keno Foriata, Akuffo Addo no near minister, or move free office, no. Omaton Ghana, Finance Ministry, ya Bungalow. I'm a then executive secretary to Akuffo Addo. Asante Badiatuo. Manuan confirm Grand Badiatuo. Asante Badiatuo. Omaton Ghana a Japa. And I am happy say Ministry of Finance. My card somebody. Monje mani from court. Because yet means to so sankwasi asam so I'm sorry, but some question asem yet me so Ghana. Say Ghana Japa the Finance Ministry, Bungalow, na kwabrane because ne kazi you say no ofane Akuffo Addo. Na waton wafa. What kind of stupidity is that? Yet to moment to say I'm sorry. Yet to moment to say o mind ya any will, I'm encrophobic. I said yet the Ghana Akuffo Addo na bushwan work and pay. And we are fooling about and we cannot do anything. Look, Finance Ministry. I am telling you guys. Samoya door na Badiatuo fasa dan na ya na Akroma aba Ghana for sabi emu mpanimfo ne mu nkoda aya ya ne mu kasa no kremu a sabi amanyosam ahwe ni wanti mu hunu no mu behunu no broni beka na catch to be too late. We don't just follow party. Say me NDC ni tina me de akire say akwa. No. Eti de bia mbehunu say me betena. Me nua no NDC for I keep fighting for them because of adwuma mo ye. Mo bi na da on ka say wo de party na wo de akire na ede. Ah wo de koso de akire. Enti wo de afe ne beso no ase akoto aba na wo de akire. Na bi mu nya appointment na wo de akire. Na wo de akwasampa bra na wo bo. Wo ni abusua. E mo bi na da o sa. Because nia opotomane fe no. Enchiri so de bom. So every day I keep encouraging the youth, and by God's grace, Obit said John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, Amma a mabunu opportunity in the history of Ghana. Menyosu said, "Ebiesida." Sir President Biaba one man mabunu such opportunity. Menyosu minimum about Akroma, but Menyosu said Ebiesida. Oh, it told him say, "Krono de kwam, akoso, kwam tape in ready." Krono no the ultimate say akoso in several facets. Ghana sase kwan road aye kaze railway train kwan kura Ghana sase ehu so. Train kwan Ghana asase na nam aye kaze train na nam asase no kura ehu so. Dogati ne owura me ya konfirm say wo mo kofa train nam hwie maba. Train nam asase so no omu nya yu omu anye afa ye kofa train nam hwie maba. Ana omu say ese kotua $2 million say no for consultation, say no for research, omu say research and something. Ba me $2 million o. Me no ka say $1 million sika no close to over 100 billion. $1 million because your dollar near 10 something. 800 billion makumaku 200 billion. Mami, how many classroom blocks the betting you see? Nan koda esua de oniase aba classroom. How many nkonya na betting ato? Me ba cho mo me bangalo no. Me say fantastic produce. Hwe and it's magic akwam kwachi team ni you know. Crazy. Right? Kwame for baby asa no wo. Me ba cho obi amra me he. Edan na make one sem no. Edan we finance ministry dia. Badiatuo se me boa womra. Ofan court. Finance ministry dia. Finance ministry dynasty wo no. Ansana MPP for be free power. Wama ton ma Badiatuo. Oma ton dan we ama Badiatuo. And as the voice for the voiceless and voice for my people, ye jedan. Badiatuo, ye jedan. Badiatuo, ye jedan. They say nkola ya mfa ni agro school. Badiatuo, ye jedan. Badiatuo, mfa ni agro school. Ye jedan. Hwedan no. Me ba chobra Facebook na mbiri no ye be yefrio. Eti o hwan be kwa me ya mom be 2 minutes now the omo hwedan. Me ba cho edan we ede na wo ho a enya nti a wo na bi na ye ton dan we anka wo Badiatuo betoi entra me sese nkro o magubi ye ya say no ye ya chemfo no Akuffo we nti ye dinya do. The reason why Akuffo at the time na mani abrene say me yo chini me peso bi di ne sabenku me point me because of Akuffo adunti. Because enya chimfo nyina na sabita frata sabi akudon to mabodam enya chimfo nyina na enim nyansa sabi ye wa chimfo a wana ya card so behema Ghana yi and I'm one of them. Titama na namoteso no ana na chimfo na ha me ebere na ma chimfo din because watching ana wamim enti because of your greed. Me ba try to Facebook and down and CTV live and call it. Okay. Eti me bato yanko ne yanko tie eye yewra attorney general yanko na yanko tie yewra attorney general ensemo a oka yanko ne yanko tie.
Snell. Ladies and gentlemen of the media and my fellow countrymen and women, having concluded our investigations, we'll be filing charges against 12 suspects who worked as directors and staff of the NSA. I've already listed them, but for the abundance of doubt, let me mention them again. These are Mustafa Yusuf, a former executive director, Osea Sibe, former director general, Gifty Owari Mensah, former deputy executive director, Kweku Ohinijan, former deputy executive director for operations, Abraham Bismarck-Gezi, former internal auditor, Kweku Dechi Eje, an accounts officer, Idrisu Ibn Abubakar, former head of accounts, Stephen Kobina Jemfi, we have asked that he should be rearrested because we've discovered some new accounts that, contain some deposits, and so he was picked up this morning. So he is currently he's undergoing further interrogation. Koforidua, he's the Koforidua director. Then Prince Agofa Ewuku, a district director, and Jacob Yorsin, management information systems administrator in the northern region. We will also file charges against the following persons who are vendors on the marketplace on the central management system of the NSA in the eastern Greater Accra and Ashanti regions. Isaac Osei Asamani, the owner of Stalwart Option Buy Ventures. Charles Ohomining, the owner of GH OHEC Ventures. Philomena Arthur, the owner of Brainwave Ventures. Rose Hamilton, the owner of Marine Ventures. Kwekuo Pare Agofa, the owner of Franlisa Ventures. Solomon Jamina, the owner of Afarita Ventures. Haruna Mawulaya, the owner of Alfaida Enterprise. Sylvia Ntriwa Opare, the owner of Silsona Ventures. And then Peter Mensah, a legal practitioner and the husband of Gifty Oware Mensah. We have made the decision to enter into non-prosecution agreements with some of the persons who were involved in this criminal enterprise, especially the vendors, and these have agreed to provide compelling testimonies as witnesses for the prosecution. In this regard, we have agreed not to disclose their names or their details at this press briefing as part of the NPA, that is a non-prosecution agreement. Because this is going to inure to the efficiency of the prosecutions that will be mounted. And in every prosecutorial decision making, we have the discretion to take decisions that will inure to the benefit of the Republic. And we have decided in the office, together with the investigators, that some of the marketplace vendors and some other directors and staff who came to us may be serving as prosecution witnesses. Some of them offered to be prosecution witnesses, and we rejected their offers. They came, met with my deputy, we evaluated the evidence and thought that it will be inimical to the entire prosecutorial enterprise if we accepted their their offers to serve as prosecution witness. So given the numbers that we're offering to serve as witnesses, it can tell you where we are headed with this investigation. And when the trial starts, with this prosecution, when the trial starts, you will get to know the evidence that we have meticulously gathered from February, when I took over the oral report and handed them over to NIB to the present. Having provided this factual background, our position is clear that these persons are reasonably suspected to have committed crimes and shall be charged accordingly with the following crimes: stealing, contrary to section 1241 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29. Conspiracy to steal, contrary to sections 23.1 and 124.1 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act. Willfully causing financial loss to the state, contrary to section 179A3A of the Criminal and Other Offences Act. Using public office for profit, contrary to section 179CA of the Criminal and Other Offences Act. Obtaining public property by false statements, contrary to section 5 of the Public Property Protection Decree 1977, SMCD 140. Money laundering, contrary to section 1, subsection 2C of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020, Act 1044, and conspiracy to commit money laundering, contrary to section 3 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020, Act 1020. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, as part of the oral agenda, I have ordered that a comprehensive investigation of the assets of these persons be conducted. That investigation is ongoing, and we shall be pursuing the suspect to retrieve funds attributable to them and assets they have acquired using those funds. So I want to thank you very much once again for covering.
Okay, and you're Attorney General Dr. Ine Anna Ene Ghana for aiding Komo. Na watchre dream can any or quite a person of fast no boy mine. Kwame, yes, I'm a second one. Na me via mema Ghana for whom say a pine papa bass anity and you're Freddie Blake. Cra say interpret the constitution. Na say as the law is in the bosom of the judges. Omokase John Dramani Mahama Cran's uncle Bima. Only problem about that. Mewa na Akuffo do near Pamno swear. Call the planet. But John Drama, you have a whole Friday. But come, yeah, more way no. Yeah, more way na.
We will also file charges against the following persons who are vendors on the marketplace. We will also file charges against the following persons who are vendors on the marketplace on the central management system of the NSA in the eastern, Greater Accra and Ashanti regions. Isaac Osei Asamani, the owner of Stalwart Option Buy Ventures. Charles Ohomini, the owner of GH OHEC Ventures. Philomena Arthur, the owner of Brainwave Ventures. Rose Hamilton, the owner of Marine Ventures. Kweku Opare Agbofa, the owner of Franlisa Ventures. Solomon Jamina, the owner of Afarita Ventures. Haruna Mawulaya, the owner of Alfaida Enterprise. Sylvia Ntriwa Opare, the owner of Silsona Ventures. And then Peter Mensah, a legal practitioner and the husband of Gifty Oware Mensah. We have made the decision to enter into non-prosecution agreements with some of the persons who are involved in this criminal enterprise, especially the vendors. And these have agreed to provide compelling testimonies as witnesses for the prosecution. In this regard, we have agreed not to disclose their names or their details at this press briefing as part of the NPA, that is the non-prosecution agreement. Because this is going to inure to the efficiency of the prosecutions that will be mounted. And in every prosecutorial decision making, we have the discretion to take decisions that will inure to the benefit of the Republic. And we have decided in the office, together with the investigators, that some of the marketplace vendors and some other directors and staff who came to us may be serving as prosecution witnesses. Some of them offered to be prosecution witnesses.
Ghana, your Attorney General, and you see, those of you are now again say Attorney General, slow, Attorney General, person betting Crofo. You see. Mommy and Tia says, Mahama no wabano, or Obebu my own, one may rush your mind. Reset, no, on Tia for dictionary. Mahama, reset, or persuade, let's say, near one may buy a yen, or no be ye. And until to the acquaintance honum, I may repeat the mistakes of the past because I can't reset agenda. Can't reset agenda. I don't care what you talk, what you need. Until I say 2 free Ghana. How so the woman that Mianamtia, the Biameka Tramweti, may no quani as a boom. Nagana Quenim. Attorney General Miatia saying his first press briefing said, on Tisa Attorney General Biaka. I'm not saying that's what he said, but I'm paraphrasing. Yasenamtia implied a. Tisa Attorney General Bimuaka, Tisa Godfrey or Dam or Rashes is here, no equity. Or no credit so to mean in a client's crash, shall say, when you're about sick leave, we now be Attorney General. Name or no dear, and son obe prosecuting no, na okra compelling evidence. That's what he told us. Now, your person training na no. Oba chim form ma etimi enu nchemu na ya. Wo pese wo kire se, wo ba kwadwade na wo cha, na kire se. Wo sisi no. Papa ya sisi no, ene unso oba abonten no, he's speaking with compelling evidence. Ente. Also better in the court. It's yenya botre and must search people because they know what they are doing. Come, me say you connect a money making. What's that? Me say about papa ba. Tama na na do dan kwa Akuffo Addo so Ghana for ya bro. I did a banana na beko. Oh, aka 1 week krampo na na Akuffo Addo kwa. Yenya kra na ya so adwo Mahama in. Tina na Akuffo Addo to na ninje no ho. Na ninje no ho. Because Ghana for e pre na chido. Na ninje no Ghana for pre na chido. Make they are connected the fact say. Make they are connected the fact say. John Dramani Mahama enya nwie na mamu. Obewie kura ka ba 3 years and 3.5 years and then. Ebim kura start edwin say obesi akobi mu ana. Adenti kura na esanke edwin because apan papa from anopo eto omunya ya go san go bi. na obi te say Owura Freddie Blay, former chairman, right, of MPP, in an interview na journalist person nunu kakra say who is saying say Mahama person ko.
Okay, abusunya we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway ne so. Eye Asante Badiatuo NHS ato Forson ateki quick action on his stolen property asisi an ordinary kwako piemu ewo court. Bedama se moje pene kokoti sa ensem we edemai. Aha, POG Media so. Bedama